Hi everyone, welcome back to That's Some Idea. I'm Erica. If you are returning, hey. If you are new, subscribe, come hang out. Today I'm going to be sharing a Dollar Tree haul. I went in to grab some odds and ends for Easter. I have to make Easter baskets this week. And then I've had some wish list items that I've been on the hunt for in the beauty department, and a couple of other cool finds that I found. So I wanted to take you along today. It's a little early in the morning, so the sun is not as bright here. We have overcast where I live. So if you kind of see it's a little dim, it's just because the sun is not showing itself today. But we're going to sip a cup of coffee and go through some of these items. And I wanted to share with you my mug because once you see it, you can kind of guess that I absolutely love books. You can see from my fireplace. And this just, I've had this for several years. I don't even know if, I think I got it from Amazon or maybe Barnes and Noble, but it says, "May the force be ever in your favor, Mr. Potter," quoted by Gandalf from the Chronicles of Narnia. I'll say that 3 times fast. But if you are a bookie sort of kid, you know that every single story on every single one of those lines. So this is my favorite mug. So I'm gonna take a sip of coffee and look silly doing it. Grab you a cup of coffee too, and we will jump into this haul. Okay, so Dollar Tree's starting to put out some of their summer stock up stuff, and we're just gonna grab and go. I didn't do anything in order. Everything is just everywhere because that's kind of how my life is right now between traveling and work and my kiddos. So we're just gonna grab and go. But I absolutely love these. I needed to re-up on them this year. These are the citronella incense sticks. And my backyard is actually off of a forest preserve. So it's nice. I have no neighbors in my backyard except for the deer in the wintertime and all the birds and lots of squirrels and sometimes a random coyote. But I love having this because off the preserve, you still have to have some sort of barrier for bugs. And these are actually really great. I can just kind of stick them right along my patio and they provide a barrier to the back, to the preserve. So I did grab 2 of those. I wanted to restock up on those. Let's see. And then I was also on the hunt for a couple of flower items. I love to put these in some of my flower pots because you can sort of plant and let them go. So I grabbed their wildflower blend, their bird and butterfly blend. My son has gotten a lot more into can we plant things? So I'm trying to find things that will attract birds and attract, butterflies. And we do, obviously get the bees and we have to feed the bees. So I'm hoping to do something with him this summer and put, some of these in my big flowering pots in the back. As well as, we've talked about, I've gotten all the fairy garden houses from Dollar Tree. So maybe putting some of those in there as well. So both my kids can enjoy this summer. So grabbed a pack of those. And then speaking of my son, my little guy, I was trying to find things to put in the Easter basket for him. And he is definitely one of those kids that's all about the dinosaurs and the lizards and the snakes and sea animals and deep sea animals of squids. And he understands what an anglerfish is, and then, all kinds of other things. And so I was trying to find some fun things from him, and Dollar Tree had a whole bunch of creepy crawlies that Mom was kind of like, oh, but at the same time, I know my son loves them and he loves to play with them. So I grabbed, I believe there was only 4. Yeah, I grabbed all 4 of them, and they were the bugs. I grabbed the fly for him. I also grabbed the grasshopper. We have grasshoppers around here. So grabbed that one for him. With its back legs are kind of folded in and haunched like it's ready to pounce. He's definitely interested in tarantulas. He has told me several times, Mommy, I'm going to go to Australia one day and see all the big tarantulas and the big snakes. And I said, you do that for yourself. Mom does not want to see anything like that. But I did grab him the tarantula. And the last thing I bought him, which I thought was really cool, I've never seen Dollar Tree do this, is the scorpion. And I thought that was just so well done, and with the tail curled and little sticker and then his little claws. So I grabbed him those, probably going to put those in his Easter basket. And then for something I'm trying to find for my daughter, she's getting a little older, and I may even use this for myself because it's just that darn pretty. But my daughter loves to put her hair like me. She loves Mommy's clips, and she says Mommy has her business professional clips in her hair when she puts her hair back, and I want to do the same thing. So I found this. I thought this was just absolutely gorgeous for her to put into her Easter basket. Look at how pretty that is. Isn't that just pretty in your hair? My daughter has this really pretty, beautiful blonde, or beautiful long brown hair. I'm the blonde. She has long brown hair, which is really, really pretty. So I thought that would look really nice in her hair. So put that in her Easter basket. And then for Mom, because Mom needs R&R, and for my Easter basket, I grabbed the Donut Bath Fizzers. I have said before, I have a master bathroom upstairs, and my tub is a jet tub, and it actually is supposed to fit 2 people. And I know a lot of folks talk about, be careful with, bath fizzers or bath bombs as a female. And I, definitely heed the warning. Because my bathtub is so big, and I'll, probably throw up a picture just to kind of show you what it looks like, especially I've done stuff where I fill it. This gets really diluted. So it's nice to just have the scent in the water, and a little bit of, the salts and the fizz that's in it for a while, but it obviously gets diluted. So it's a little bit more of a trade-off for me. So this one was berry scented. And then this one was vanilla scented. So I grabbed those for me. And then I have to, especially during my job, I'm definitely a visual person. It's, you know what? It's too early in the morning, and visually is not a person. It's used differently, and I don't even know. So I am a visual person, and I have to write things down because my brain visually remembers the task because I wrote it down and I watched myself write it. So because I am a visual person with a visual memory, I need notebooks. These are my favorite. This is the 100 sheet notebooks. Sometimes you can still find them out in the wild, the 3 subject ones. I haven't seen one in a very long time. And to be honest with you, I think that the original 3 subject notebooks were 100 sheets, and maybe they just didn't separate this. They just called it one. But I absolutely love this notebook. I fill it with to-dos. I literally just go line by line, especially when I'm working. And I have a lot of daily tasks, and then I can just check things off my list. And I get a little bit of, the energy boost when I get something checked off my list. So I had to grab one of these. And then I guess we can go, no, I did pick up another. And I lied. Well, I misspoke. I did find 123 subject page notebook out in the wild. I didn't realize I had done that, but I had found another one. These are 120. They're 3 subjects. So I love to separate these of if I have to-dos, and then if I'm writing meeting notes, if I'm in a meeting and I need to write stuff down and then turn it into a to-do, And then on the other subject, I like to do brainstorming things. Definitely if I'm like project managing something and I'm brainstorming and I need to get it out, I absolutely love these 3 subject jot notebooks. As I mentioned, I'm struggling to find the 3 subject notebooks anymore out in the wild. I hope they continue to make them because these are an absolute steal. Grabbed one of those. And then something else that I grabbed with that was new. Let me see if I can't figure out what I did with it. There it is. I've never seen these before, and I thought these were really cool. These are mechanical pencils, and they're colorful mechanical pencils. So if I'm doing notes and I need to, make tasks that are in blue or tasks that are in red that are priority, I grabbed one of these with more of sort of those prime colors. And then they also had skin tone mechanical pencils colors. And these were just wonderful. I mean, how wonderful if you're a journaler, if you're a doodler, if you love to sketch. These are just phenomenal. So I grabbed one of each to try. These are also refillable, but I didn't see the lead. So I'll have to be on the hunt for the lead to see if we can't refill them. But I grabbed those for my notebooks. Okay. And then a little bit more in the garden department. I grabbed a couple more bulbs, some of their bigger bulbs that I wanted to try this year. I wanted to plant the Queen Fabiolas. These are purple and they're beautiful and I hope they take off. There's 3 bulbs to the pack, so I grabbed 2, thinking I could stick them, sort of like in the center of one of my big planter pots and then place something around it so it can kind of be more of a, visual aesthetic. And it's still cold where I am. I know we're in mid-April. We're coming up on Easter. It's usually pretty okay to plant now because I believe that we've lost a lot of the frost with the ground and we're getting a lot more rain. So it's more safe to plant now, rather than at the beginning of April or the end of March because the weather here will give you 4 seasons in a day. I live in the northern part of the United States. And if the weather decides that it's going to give you, 70 degrees in the afternoon, by the evening it's down to 32. And then in the morning you might have snow that turns into rain before it hits 70 degrees. So it'll tell you I'm going to give you all 4 seasons in one day. So just for any of us, folks that are in the Midwest and we live in, the northern part of the United States, we do get all 4 seasons in a day still in April. But I'm hoping we can plant these probably this week or next because we should all be able to avoid the frost. And then I grabbed one of these just because it's glass and it's beautiful. And I love to make displays in the springtime with, floral garden arrangements. I decorate my buffet for all the major holidays because I work from home and it's fun to have people watch me, decorate. So I grabbed this to do a floral display and it's also functional and it's just so pretty. So grabbed one of those and they had them in different colors, but I really like the clear, the way that it just looks very classic. So I only picked up the clear. And then I think the sun is deciding to join us a little bit out of my big bay window. I did grab a couple of candles that I thought were really great for the spring and for the summer. These are great to put in my my powder bathroom down here on the main floor. I grabbed the one in fresh linen, which I thought just smelled wonderful in the store. So it's like fresh laundry that's hanging out on the line. And then I grabbed the dragon fruit, just really fruity, really nice summer scent for that small bathroom, and it'll waft a little bit out of the bathroom, which is nice. These are a little bigger to give a throw. And did I grab? Oh, I did. I grabbed 2 other candles for the nostalgia and the lulls and the giggles, I guess we can say. But I didn't see any other store. I went to multiple stores and only one had these. And they're going to go in the bathroom as well. And I'm going to, prank my husband because they're going to smell and he's going to wonder where the candy is. But I grabbed the candle in the Tootsie Roll scent, and I grabbed the candle in the Sugar Daddy scent. And these smell exactly like the candy. And so I'm hoping that when they're on, they're going to be amazing to smell. Like caramel and chocolate. And I'm just so excited. So I grabbed those 2 as well. And they're almost like they're small enough, almost like little shot glasses or like double shots. So I grabbed those. And then for myself, this was $1.25. I see a lot of their socks going to $5, the bigger bunches. But this was $1.25 and it's 6 pairs and it's Peds. I love the no-show socks. I totally understand as a millennial, why do you wear the no-show socks? Because they're comfortable. They're comfortable. I can walk with them. But I grabbed 6 pairs of those, or a pack of 6 pairs. And if I don't say the sentence right, I'm going to pause for a cup of coffee. A pack with 6 pairs of socks. Need the energy. Okay, and then a couple more things that I grabbed for Easter. To fill the Easter baskets for my kiddos, I grabbed the Carrot Patch Pete, the solid milk chocolate egg, just one. And they can, we usually don't let them have the whole thing. My son would definitely probably get the zoomies and just bounce off the walls. We cut it up for them, but I grabbed one to fill each of their baskets with, and this is decorated solid milk chocolate. So this is not hollow for any of you chocolate lovers out there that get offended when the eggs are hollow. These are my favorite. These are my favorite like movie candy. I love to have these. We have a movie room downstairs. I just grabbed one box because they're addicting. And if you are not careful, you can eat the whole box. But I love these. Mike and Ike Mega Mix. So I grabbed one for myself. And then I also grabbed a bottle of their 100% pure honey. I love to have tea. I got sick a couple of weeks ago and like almost completely totally lost my voice, and I was drinking a lot of tea with honey and lemon just to coat my throat. So this is great to have 100% pure honey. And then the last couple of things that I found were for me. I had wish list items, a lot of some of the beauty stuff that I was looking for, and I'm still on the hunt for things. Hopefully I'm stocking up on a lot of just beauty items just to get them in my, just to stash them away with, the summer and the winter and everything coming. So I want to just be able to find hopefully everything on my wish list. But I found the Pro Silk Moisturizing Body Wash in Watermelon Mojito. This is amazing. It smells amazing. And in the summertime, I want to smell like a watermelon mojito because it smells amazing and I want to smell amazing. So I grabbed one of those. And then I did find for my kids the 2-in-1 body wash and bubble bath in peaches and sweet vanilla. But if you love summer scents, doesn't have to be for kids. Just saying. So grab one of those for them. And then also for myself, I grabbed the Peaches and Cream Brightening Body Scrub. I believe these are also sealed. Yes, we've got to make sure that they're sealed. So this was sealed. I grabbed that for myself. You can see this is from Spothicary. Yes, this is from Spothicary. And then I also grabbed the Global Beauty Care, the Jasmine and Green Tea. I love the smell of jasmine, so I'm super excited to try this. And I can't smell it right now because it is also closed. But I did grab one. So super excited. That one. And then, as you probably can tell, when I put my hand up to the screen, I typically grow my nails long because I have really tender underskin. So my long nails protect that tender underskin. And so I do my nails myself, and I love the Diamond Cosmetics at Dollar Tree. And I love to get their nail buffers because I do really have to prep my nails if I want to paint them or if I want to put press-ons on them because they are very strong and they don't do well if you don't prep them. The nail polish typically tends to chip a lot easier, so I do have to prep them. So I love to buff them with the Diamond Cosmetic nail buffers. So I grabbed the flower one and the disco ball one because I thought they were so cute. And then I also was on the hunt. I thought these were really nice. I grabbed the Global Beauty Care Snail Mucin Moisturizer, hydrating, brightening, and replenishing. I grabbed that, especially if you've been out in the sun in the spring and in the summertime, and you definitely want to cover your face. You want to put sunscreen on, but your skin still can get, colored and sunburnt, and you want to be able to protect it. And then I also got, and this is great for moisturization, I also got the Snail Mucin Essence, the hydrating, brightening, and replenishing, to be able to put the essence on first and then the moisturizer as a barrier. So was excited to find those. And then the last two items I grabbed, I found another beauty care item was the Pore Purifying and Exfoliating Cleansing Balm. And this is with guava nectar, PHAs, and azelaic acid. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, azelaic acid. But thought that this would be cool to try as well. And you usually don't need a lot when you're doing, an exfoliator, just, more towards your fingertips and then, getting some of those areas like your T-zone. So thought that would be fun to try. And then I also found the Comfort Aromatherapy Lip Masks from WeWell. And there are 5 in the pack. So it's $1.25. And this is in vanilla and sandalwood for a little bit of a spa day for me. So excited for that. And that is everything I got. I have a few more things that I need to go and grab and hopefully be on the hunt for some of my wish list items. Sometimes when you're in the Midwest and you're up north, a lot of the Dollar Trees that are more of like on the East Coast or the West Coast, it feels like they get things first. And I kind of have to wait. So I'm always on the hunt for the wish list items because I tend to find that I'll see someone haul it and then several weeks later it'll come to my Dollar Tree. It's kind of like making its way inward into the Midwest. So I am definitely on the hunt for a couple of things that I'm excited to hopefully find and share with you all. Let me know what you like to get at Dollar Tree and what are some of your favorite items and what are you also on the hunt for. I'm still on the hunt for the hand sanitizer keychains. That's definitely something I am on the hunt for. But let me know what you are on the hunt for. If you like what you see, stick around, stay longer, subscribe, and I will see you all on the next go around.